No, I went through and got all those crispy little bits out, but like there were crispy bits around for a long time that I kept having to go into like the back corners of drawers and be like, if somebody sees those crispy bits, there'll be trouble. And like I'm like picking these little crispy bits out, and like trying to get every little speck of
ancient
marijuana
nugs.
Because like even after like multiple raids, they leave like marijuana crumbs laying around, and it's like, you guys, last time they were here, they literally like went into the back of a drawer and got all the crumbs. They did that. They charged me with crumbs last time. I think maybe on my paperwork it says I had
bastards
15 grams or maybe 16 grams. It was literally measured out what I had. It was 14 grams. It says it to the decimal point. Anything above that is crumbs they found. And I know they were crumbs because I'd have smoked them if they were anything but crumbs already. The whole reason I was getting weed that day is because I was out of weed. I had no more. That's the worst,
sucks.
right? Like I thought I was about to like go get stoned as fuck and have a good day, and instead we like start the arrest process. It's a real like the road forked right there, and it was like, man, I thought this was gonna be a pretty chill day. I was gonna make nachos.
Life was simple at 9 this morning.
Oh man, that was so wild. I love that like that day's like every little bit of that day I remember. There's days that you just completely forget because like nothing happened that day. Right. You did the same shit, different day. That's a day I remember real well. Like that whole day. There were a lot of like memorable moments that they just kept coming one after another at a certain point. Now that was fun. I remember my favorite part was being in the drunk tank though with that moron and thinking like, look at this moron. He got caught stealing a shovel or something from his neighbor's shed and then going like, you're in the same cell. Right. They don't differentiate here.
Yeah. Drunk shuffle guy got a don't do that again and a ass pat out of there probably.
He probably did, yeah.
Yeah, my neighbor came by yesterday. I had my you could see I had my garage door open and he could see my all my stuff because I've put together a pretty good collection of gym stuff recently. And he came over and he's like, "You got a whole gym in here?" And I was like, "Almost, I'm buying this, that, and the other." And oh shit, don't lose your train of thought here. What was the thing?
The full gym. And he said, "You got a full gym here."
Shovel pat on your ass.
I
ended up telling him about the whole marijuana thing, and he was like, I got caught, and this is a black guy, I got caught with half an ounce like a year ago. They gave me a ticket and took my weed. That was the worst part. They took my weed. And I'm
gonna guess he didn't have a YouTube presence.
I was like, they took my weed too.
That's a good line.
It was not the worst part.
It took my weed too. And also 2 months of my life. Yeah.
Oh, please. If it had been 2 months, it would have been no sweat. If the wheels of justice moved a little bit fucking faster, if they could have been like, we got you. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We can drag this on for 3 or 4 years, or how about you spend 2 months over here in this place? All right, sign me up. Let's go. Let's just go and get this over with. I remember when I asked the investigator, and he was like, these things, Kyle, I got one right now. It's been dragging on for 4 years. And I remember thinking, like, no way my shit gets drug on for 4 years. I'm going to push the wheels along if I have to. Yeah, about 4 years, something like that.
No way I'm getting caught up for 2 years of probation.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then like and then Delta 8 being like legal and so fucking powerful, like in the wake of all that is such a silly thing too. It's so strong. I have to be careful with that stuff they sent us.
You told me Delta 8 was less strong now.
Different kinds.
They got like THCO and all sorts of different things now.
Is it the different kinds or the inconsistencies with the packaging and the honor?
So I think that one of the things that when vaping in general first started out, and people would be like, "Oh, people are getting popcorn lung and they're getting lead," and it's like you only get poisoned by these things if you buy the most shitty imported Chinese stuff.
Mm-hmm.
everybody in America who's into this is kind of like, it's kind of like that myth of the candy with the razor blades in it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, nobody's putting razor blades in your kids' candy, and nobody's poisoning your vape juice either. And so, like, I think that the quality has been consistent across the board. It's just that I've started using more potent stuff, and also like the different variants, I'll call them, of hemp or whatever the fuck, because THCO just hits so much stronger than Delta 8, and HHC does as well.
I tried some of that last night. I didn't realize when I was buying it that it was HHC, and who knows if it was, but I went to this like bootleg little South Carolina store. This has 2 prices on it, and it just says Starburst. Guarantee they didn't get licensing from Starburst.
No way. They don't.
And there's a sticker that says THCO, a sticker with a QR code. On the back, it just says THC.
That'll infect your phone if you scan that. Don't do that.
So I'm not fucking scanning this shit. I'm not doing anything with this shit.
Those
bears, did it work?
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't tried this kind yet. This is unopened for later, but the HHC kind, it was called 1UP, and it was a bootleg picture of Mario with like an eye patch on, and it was like a little mushroom on there, and it was like 4 peach rings. Yeah. Just 4 of them. Didn't say how many milligrams were in the package. Didn't tell me how much. It just said 1UP and then a picture of Mario unlicensed. and I ate the first one and then went to dinner. My wife was like, "You feeling it?" And I'm like, halfway through, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty ripped." And I realized they were going to be strong and good. So I went back to the room. We weren't doing anything the rest of the night. Took all the rest of them and just got silly high.
I thought you and your wife were going to split them. I don't know why I thought that.
No, she has her own gummies. She likes the really weak ones, so she'll take nibbles off of those. But I was just like, I'm on vacation. I'm about to, finish up the Blues game. It doesn't look like we're going to win this one. Let's get blasted high. So at the very least, when the Blues lose, I'll be like, I'm so high, I just want to read my fantasy book, not be upset about this. And so I did do that. I sat in the bed, and while my wife slept, I read my fantasy book for hours, watched the Blues win. It was a great evening.
Vacation Taylor sounds a little like Hank Hill. I'm so high. I want to read my fantasy book.
I want to read my fantasy novel.